Greetings, Batprince here, and today Sam and I are playing Leap of Love. You gonna read the main character?
My name is Kahorox.
What does that even mean?
No, I am just your average everyday male. I spend my days hanging out on the pond, relaxing as I bathe in the rich, warm rays of the sun, and enjoy the nice mid-morning snack. I like it when the ladies of the land roam by, whether they be lowly peasant girls who walk by on my pond to fetch some water from the river, or the nobles with their sparkling dresses and their clean bodies.
You're a frog, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, such smooth skin they have, these women, especially the royals. What would it be like to have a female who isn't slimy and covered in warts and croaks all the time? Oh, right, excuse me. I must be confusing you.
Not really, you're a frog, right?
Let me start over.
You're a frog.
My name is Kahorox, and I am just your average everyday male. I leap on lily pads and I catch insects with my tongue.
Oh yeah.
When the pretty girls of the village make their way past my pond, I puff out my mouth sack and let out the loudest, most boisterous croak. Sometimes they stop and point and giggle, but other times they just keep going by their way. I don't know what to do about it at all. What's a frog to do to get the attention of a wonderful human girl? But you know what? Perhaps it's for the best. After all, what is a normal, average, everyday frog going to do about impressing human women? It's not like we can properly communicate or anything. They know nothing about the wonders of childhood underwater. They can never understand the fear of constantly hiding from predators. They don't know what it's like to croak your heart out for the woman you love. At least, though, I get to see the women as they pass by my pond. It's enough for me, I suppose. Or at least it should be.
Should be.
As I close my eyes for a nice nap, a shadow looms over me. Fearing the bite of a predator I could not hear, I hop out of the way, but I'm confounded by a terrible block. Filled with holes, but too small for me to see, the strange bundle lifts me up into the air, only for a human man to stare at me, a sinister smile upon his face.
It's Gargamel. Ah, most excellent. The rare Solarian pond frog. You'll do just perfectly. Yay.
It all moves so fast. That horrible thing I'm stuck in lets me watch it in agony as the pond I lived by my whole life disappears from me. All the while, my mysterious man hums a human tune, enjoying his torturous ways. We finally stop as we enter a cold and dark place. I've seen buildings before, like the Grand Castle far away, but I've never been inside one. It's dark, blocking out the sun, but small lights flicker like stars upon tables and shelves, and a large bubbling pot rests in the center containing a glowing green liquid.
Now then, my little friend, you will help me make this spell work just perfectly.
Don't take my legs.
Frog's legs, frog's legs.
He reaches in my damnable prison and pulls me out.
Damnable.
His hand holds onto my entire body so that all my struggling is useless.
Yeah.
I can hardly breathe as he slowly lowers me towards the pot. I muster all my power I can in my little amphibian lungs, taking a deep breath as I can before I shout out sharp and quick. Wait!
Oh no.
The man stops with his face so close to the cauldron I can feel the warmth upon my lips.
Yeah.
He pulls me away and we sit face to face with each other. He narrows his gaze and says,
Wait a minute. Did you just talk?
I croak nervously. Yes?
Interesting. Most interesting indeed. A magical frog would have been an even better ingredient into my spell.
Please don't kill me. I can do anything for you. Anything a frog can do, that is. I just don't want to die. I never got to have a wonderful human woman to nurse me yet. I can't die before that.
Anything you say.
The man strokes his chin.
Yes, this could be quite useful indeed. Human women, you say? You like human women?
Oh, very much so. I wish to be a perfect man for a beautiful human woman.
Well now, little frog, I think I might have a use for you after all.
He mumbles some words, and I feel magic flow through my body.
Aha, with this spell, you shall turn into a human.
Oh. But I don't feel any different.
Well, my little froggy friend, that's because you have to be kissed by a princess to complete the spell. Don't delay. If you can't accomplish this task, I'll put you in my brew.
Oh.
Eh.
And that, dear friends, is how my quest began. My quest takes me away from my own pond. The more passive approach I took before seems to no longer work. Instead, I must attempt to make conversation with princesses. But first, I must find one.
Mm-hmm.
Where should I search? The
There you go.
forest, the castle, the town.
Where do you think there might be a beautiful
Princess?
human lady?
A princess. It has to be a princess. So
Well,
the
then
castle.
then. Yeah, I guess. Oh, you can. Okay.
The journey is long and is quite adverse.
Adverse? I don't know.
But
Adverse?
really, must I bore you with all the details? After all, in most cases, when becoming human is involved, the destination is the main goal. Once I reach the castle walls, I scale up an uneven stone masonry, facing against terrible birds and prejudiced winds until eventually I find myself upon an open window. Peering inside, my amphibian eyes behold perhaps the most beautiful sight since the last most beautiful sight I've ever seen. There, standing in front of a mirror, is a dignified...
We
So
had to
the
cut
la-
out some nudity. That's what
Yeah.
we did just then.
So basically, I think what happened was she was disgusted and he ran away. So now he
Okay.
has to search somewhere else.
Okay, go to the
So,
town. There'll
the
be
town?
ladies in the town, yeah.
As I enter the human town, I see a nice looking establishment and decide to enter, hoping to find some information about the local nobility. All around me, busy humans talk and laugh, but those right around me hold on to large glasses contains an amber liquid.
Cool.
Nice uniform. They all stare up at the table next to me where a beautiful short-haired woman dances upon some raised platform I'm on, a mug in one hand and her face flushed slightly red. Despite being quite well presented, she can't possibly be one of the princesses I'm looking for.
Where the hell did
Might
this
be.
frog come from?
It's a frog.
I push myself up, dusting off my legs and giving her a quick bow. Begging your pardon, miss, but I must excuse myself, for the princess threw me off her from a tower.
That sounds like Blanche, all right. But you're
It
a
does.
talking frog? You must have some kind of story.
She hops down, sitting right beside me, that lovely rump perfectly shaped as it squishes into the wood. Oh, but of course, miss. You see, I'm an enchanted frog, and I promised the princess, but Blanche, a fair reward if she granted me one of a simple favour.
Yeah?
She asks, her eyes fluttering.
And what kind of favor would you require from a prince?
I sigh. Alas, I require but a single kiss from a princess in order to fulfill a magical contract. If I had that, I would be indebted to the one who granted it to me for one favor, a favor I'm sure I would repay with all the power I would then possess.
Ah, so you ain't even got a wish or something. That's bold.
She slaps her knee with the back of her glove and then takes a swig of her drink. Hey, there you go.
Oh, hey, Charlotte.
One of the other tavern goers says.
Pay you 100 gold to see you kiss that frog.
The other patrons around her cheer and agree with the caller.
Fine. Prepare yourself, froggy boy, for a bona fide kiss.
Oh, well, thank you, miss, but I require princess. Before I can finish my protest, she scoops me up and presses her full red lips against my mouth. As soon as we make contact, I feel myself falling, and descending into darkness. The last words I hear are...
Good thing I am one.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, yeah, baby.
He's not baby, he's just
Yeah,
chippy.
baby.
No, it's just the
Oh,
way.
my head. What happened last night? I rub my temple, figure scratching over my hair. Wait a minute. Hair? My eyes shoot open, and I catch my surroundings all around me. What in the world? I'm back home, but
Dun, dun, dun.
I look down at myself, shocked at what I see.
What are you looking at?
Hands?
Oh.
Human hands? With
Touch,
no
reaching
webbing on them at
out.
all?
Touching you.
My body? My form? I'm a human!
Yay.
My arms and legs are well toned, my stomach like a washboard.
Yeah,
And
you
between
could
my
grate
legs-
cheese on that.
I have...
Ah, there you are. Looks like you've become a human after all.
I stand up to my feet, stumbling a little just to get used to the new sensation. With my hands now no longer needed to keep my balance, I poke and feel over my new form, testing to see if this is in fact real.
Focus now, Kahirux. There's much work to be done.
Work?
Indeed. Do you think I spared one of the rarest frogs I could find just so I could give him his happy ending? No, you have to live up to your end of the bargain. Yeah. So, which princess was it?
Which? Oh, yes, it was. I think they said her name was Charlotte. But I also meet Blanche.
I rather fancy both. Oh, you said that.
Oh, I rather fancy both, to be honest.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Because, Kara, I have an important mission for you. You need to go back to the castle and you need to fulfill your dream for me.
My dream of loving a human woman?
Yes, but it must be one of the royalty or the spell will end and you'll become a frog once more.
Oh.
And it's not just love, she must marry you in less than 30 days. Once you have your princess, I will contact you again.
He
Yeah.
shoves the bag into my arms.
Here, now get dressed and get started on your quest. And remember, you need to marry at least one of them. If you seduce more, that's fine, but I need one, so choose one for me.
Right, but how do I have Blanche? She seems so difficult. She snorts, his eyes going down along my body.
Really? With the false identity that I've provided in that bag, shouldn't be a problem. In there, you will find the documents making you a prince from a faraway land. I also took the liberty to send a raven announcing your arrival to the castle. Now, get dressed and presentable. And beware, my froggy friend, princesses are picky creatures, so you should better yourself to suit their tastes. That lovely town has all the facilities required for you to become a worthy suitor. Your quest, young Caro, begins now. Dun dun dun!
No, I like the lady in the bar. She seemed lovely.
Well, you can click the bar again. Maybe. I don't know where we are. We've got the libraries,
So
the
we've got the market, library,
the
forest,
and
or
the training ground. Where do you think she'll be?
Where do you
You
think?
wanna
We'll go
hang out?
market.
Okay, we're going to the market.
Do we need food and stuff? I wander around the town and listen to the merchants haggle. I learn a lot about how to behave in society.
Mmm,
Well, there you go. That's
that's
good.
cool. Now where?
Training ground, I think.
There's wander around. There's a tavern.
Tavern.
Ooh, the
That's
tavern.
where she is. The
Gardens,
gardens,
yes.
castle, church. Probably church. You know, people religious.
Are they?
Hmm.
I hate them.
The chapel within the castle walls is magnificent.
It's what?
But when I was but a frog, I had no idea that there were works of art in this wonderful cloistered away in the place dedicated to the worship of the divines. In fact, I wasn't even aware of the divines at the start of my training, but I suppose in a sense it makes sense. If there is a powerful magus that can turn a frog into a prince, with nothing but a princess's kiss, then surely there must be an even more powerful being out there capable of miracles far beyond my comprehension. What do I understand, however, is that this is the place where Princess Blanche spends most of her time outside of her highly guarded room. There we go. It's a place where she can truly be alone with her divines, except here I am now. And she leans her head forward upon the altar. I can't help but wonder what is that she's asking for. Does she have something she wants? Does she simply seek to give thanks? That's something a guy like me could really use. Well, the two of us are here alone. Might as well do something, right?
Yeah.
I walk up to her once more. Maybe this time she won't be so as annoyed at me. I open my mouth, and from her throat comes a warning growl. Perhaps it's best I don't try doing this again. At least I invoke her ear.
Oh. Dun dun dun. Time for tired.
It's a new dawn. Okay.
Where are you gonna go next?
So we've got forest, library, market, training ground, library.
I'm gonna do some
Learn.
research.
Yep. I go to the library. Does he even know how to read? Knowledge. Okay.
Yeah,
I go to the
you
library to study history and politics. It's boring but necessary for a prince.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now where are you gonna go? You gonna go to the bar?
No.
No? Go wander around?
No.
Gardens, castle,
Garden.
go to the gardens?
Yes, please. The gardens within the castle is a sight to behold indeed. They are nothing like the untamed wilderness of my little pond. Yet when I visit this place in my natural form, I did not notice its splendor quite like I do now. As a human, I am able to appreciate the tapestry and arrangements and admire the craftsmanship it takes to make something as wild as plant life and turn it into something civilized. Perhaps even I see a bit of myself in those blossoms. Of course, when the tranquility of the garden is interrupted by the hustle of servants, I cannot help but to take notice. Excuse me, I motioned to one of the workers. Perhaps you could tell me what the excitement is all about.
I apologize for interrupting your contemplations, Your Highness.
The service trembles like a rabbit hiding from a fox.
But we are making preparations for the princess's regular visit. Not that we don't maintain the utmost care in all we do for your own pleasure, sir.
And just what princess is that gracing us with your presence today?
Why, it's...
The servant's words were cut off as the clutter of metal makes a ruckus all across the garden.
Shape up, you, all of you.
The swarthy voice of a none other than a Fred. The intimidating older woman must have something heavy and metal underneath her outfit. What exactly is this woman? But enough about her. If she's here, that must mean yes.
Yes.
Aww. Approaching on dainty steps, right behind her is none other than Princess Diane. Oh no. This has to be your chance to talk to her, Car. This is it. Come on. Talk to her.
Don't be shy. Come on and talk
but
to
I
her.
wasn't expecting to see her so soon. Oh, and Fred is so threatening. I feel she'll turn me back into a frog just by looking at me wrong. But I must talk to her. I must at least say hello. If she isn't to be my bride, she'll be my sister-in-law. So an amicable relationship would be nice and... Alright, I'm ready. Let's go.
Sir?
The servant speaks to me.
You've been standing there for a while. Are you okay?
Wait, where's the princess?
Princess Diane? She passed by here a few minutes ago.
Blast it! Curse my shyness. I've had to find some way to be more assertive. Defeated, I continue on with my day.
You just stood there. Time for sleep.
It's a new dawn. Training grounds, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
need to train.
Dun, 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 dun.
I go to training grounds and spend time with the soldiers. Their training is harsh, but I make some progress.
Nice. Dun, 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 dun. Now where you going?
Alright, so what we've got? Gardens, we've been there. Castle, church.
Going places twice means that you
Wander
get to actually,
around.
like, instead of be shy, you can do stuff. But hey, you can do
Wander
it if you want.
around.
Alright. Seems like
Screams
you can
of
only
panic
do two
fill the
things.
streets as the people of
day.
the kingdom flee in terror. I rush immediately towards a disturbance, only to find an intimidating sight. Riding atop a black horse whose eyes burn with the hatred no natural animal should have is a man in midnight black armor, invoking draconic imaginary. Smoke billows from his helmet, giving more credence that he is, in fact, a dragon, or at least more than a man.
Does this kingdom not have a champion who could face me in combat? Are your rulers so afraid of my skill that they hide from me? They cower before me, bow before the might of the Black Knight, for I serve no king, but you shall serve me as your ruler.
If man he indeed be, takes over the kingdom, then I'll have no chance to marry my beloved. It seems I must make an example of him.
Muscles, looks, or brain? What have you trained? Well,
Trained all of them.
Oh, yeah, so you're just kind of flat.
I mean, flat.
You've got normal, like nothing is your thing. Like you don't have 3 in muscle, you've got 1 in everything.
So shall I use my brain?
You can use whatever you think that you would like to look.
Well, looks aren't going to do anything.
I said
Muscles.
whatever you would like to do.
I rushed forward, grabbing for my sword and pulling it out before him. I challenge you, Black Knight, for the fate of the kingdom. The knight rears his horse and kicking hooves, knocking me down onto the ground.
What a pathetic waste of space you are, unable to keep your cool against a simple animal. I need a real challenge, not a pathetic loose like yourself.
He urges his horse onward towards the castle, leaving me humiliated among the people while he continues on his way. A congregate of guards rush out and overpower him easily, arresting him and dragging him away.
This isn't the last you'll see of me, peons. I'll be back.
How embarrassing that I couldn't defeat him myself. Alright, so that's bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's a new dawn.
It was bad. So we're
It's
gonna
very bad.
study this time. You've
No,
got one
get
in everything.
Library first. We'll do training again.
You're gonna become muscly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go train ground, spend some time with soldiers, make some more progress.
All right, now where you going?
Should we go to tavern
If you like.
to see that beautiful princess that helped us out?
Ah.
Back to the tavern, of course. I remember this place. It's a place where I had my dreams come true. I've always wondered what happened to me after the princess had kissed me. Just as ruckus as ever, the people sing and cheer over the enthusiastic fiddling of the local bard. But another sound fills the room as well. A loud thud, followed by a thunderous clap of cheering and the clink of glasses. Curious, I make my way closer.
Dun, 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 dun.
Charlotte stands there, sitting right on top of one of the tables, a leg crossed over the other, and a pint in her hand. She watches as two blurry men square off in a fight, off in front of the other, their elbows upon an empty table, their eyes locked onto each other. The two men clasp hands, muscles bulging and faces turning red. As they grunt and groan as their exertion, all the others chanting and leaning in as the fight goes on and on. Eventually, one of the men grasps as his arm is slammed onto the table with a loud thud. The thunderous cheer erupts from everyone as they clink their mugs and down their drinks, the princess included. Her cheers are so large, in fact, that it gives me an idea. I'll go next. Step aside, a prince is coming through.
Oh, really? Because Armbreaker here has never been beaten.
The man smiles wide with a toothy grin. He rolls his shoulders and slams his arm on the table, ready to go. I'm not afraid. Let us begin. I hold out my hand in a style of arm wrestles and clasp. Armbreaker's grip crushes my hand and is falling through.
Not for real. Ah.
I take a deep breath and attempt to move, but he sits there, chuckling as I groan in exertion. My muscles scream from the resistance. I'm trying to read, and you've got... Oh no, you're on the same platform.
Good.
Very good, you did well. It is even possible to move a human's arm from this position. He yawns and rolls his eyes, and then with just a quick flick, he slams my arm down on the table. The cheers of the crowd turn in laughter against me as I nurse my arm and stand up.
Hey, better luck next time, eh?
Eh?
Yeah,
She
you're still
laughs
not
and
strong
then
enough
takes
yet.
another drink. Better luck next time, indeed.
Better not next
For
time,
that,
Chucky.
I should prepare. Bloody
Alright,
hell.
it's nighttime.
It's a new dawn.
It's a new dawn, which means, yeah, hey, you gotta train and do the stuff and then stuff.
Train,
that's,
train.
That's enough for today. I'll
Mhm.
see you next time, kiddies. Night night.